What's up, Devils? J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. But before we get to the goddamn questions, got a goddamn comment in the special instructions section to place an order from goddamn no other than Joe Dinkins. He's putting in pretty much one of his goddamn weekly orders. He put in the special instructions. It was on today's order. Well, at least today's print, so maybe he placed it last night. And I just thought it was fucking funny. And to be honest, quite frankly, kind of the way I always thought of it too. That fucking to sum it up, extreme metal music is for fucking men and people that are tough. And they got some oomph, got some fucking backbone, got some fucking sack. Anyways, here's what the fuck he has to say. Let's be honest, black metal has some good stuff, but death metal is the manliest metal there is. So, I mean, I would go and say the way I always thought of it, I thought like black metal, death metal, extreme metal music, grindcore was the manliest metal, manliest music there is. That's what I've thought that since a kid. Always thought that. If you aren't into death metal, you probably aren't that manly and are too in touch with your vaginal side. Modern men are fucking pussies. Got not only just modern men, I think just people of today, some of the guys that are even older and shit, soften the fuck up. Low T bitches. Low T bitches that have no balls. And that's what I think for the older guys that used to probably be kind of fucking tough. Just fucking, yeah. Those balls shriveled up. There's no T left in that body because, shit they're into, the way they talk and the way they act. That's the way it goddamn fucking looks. I hate all the weak anti-masculine shit. Lift heavy shit and listen to heavy music. Man shit. 100% agree. Just like I was saying, like even growing up as a little boy, I just thought like boys were into fucking, G.I. Joes, He-Man, X-Men, The Incredible Hulk, Batman, Spider-Man, like boy shit, you know what I mean? Girls were into fucking Barbie dolls, you know what I mean? You liked action movies, you liked Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, you know what I mean? You liked action movies, like that's what fucking boys were into. Nowadays, I see some of this shit, it's just deplorable as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck is this? No boy in the world should be watching this goddamn crap. It's stupid, and it's not, forgetting the manly, it's just stupid as hell. A lot of the anime crap, and look at how they butchered that fucking Ninja Turtles. You remember back in the old goddamn days, the original cartoons from the late 80s, early 90s, Ninja Turtles used to be badass as a motherfucker. We grew up on that shit. You look at the Ninja Turtles in the 2000s up, whatever, they redid it. What the fuck happened to them? They look like claymation dolls. They're like 17 feet tall. Like, what the fuck's going on? Splinter's a goddamn fucking bigger than goddamn Shaquille O'Neal. Like, it's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever fucking seen. So I don't know. Just the crap that the kids are in today, it just blows my motherfucking mind. But as far as the goddamn adults, I've always said it. Yeah, death metal is fucking for toughness, for extreme people. Extreme music for extreme people, right? Not going to throw somebody under the bus, but a label that we deal with. Yeah, if I throw the name out of the bus, I'm going to get fucking yelled at. So I'm keep my yap shut. But just somebody we fucking deal with on the regular, a label you'd all fucking know, doesn't like to carry the death metal stuff. He's not too much into the death metal. Why? Does it make your fucking pussy hurt? He's into the more just the fucking geezer shit. And hey, I like me some geezer shit too, but it's kind of like, dude, the heavy stuff, the extreme stuff, yeah, it's death metal. It's fucking black metal. It's grindcore. It's even thrash metal like that actually had fucking toughness, blood feast, sacrifice, shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, just manlier fucking metal. So I've always fucking thought that. But when somebody says, "Oh man, I didn't like that Cannibal Corpse, I didn't like that fucking Mortician, maybe it was too heavy for my pussy," I see a wimp. That's what I fucking see. Wimp shit that and then the people that you used to kind of listen to, and all they're listening to is a bunch of fucking geezer ass goddamn Led Zeppelin nowadays. They don't not you listen to heavy shit anymore. See a bunch of fucking guys that they're rocking some fucking 100 nanograms per deciliter on the testosterone and probably a 300 nanogram deciliters on the estrogen levels. That's what I fucking see. Because you used to be a fucking man, you used to be tough, you used to like the heavy shit, but you no longer fucking do. So as far as I'm concerned, if you don't like extreme music, you're into pussy shit, brah. So yeah, 100% agree, Joe. Thought it was goddamn funny, and I've always thought it, but I kind of never actually cover on this channel. Yeah, you ain't into death metal, you're probably wearing fucking pink panties underneath those fucking pants. That's what I automatically assume. Anyways, let's get to the goddamn questions on the first fucking on the next video in line, and the video is: who other than Homeboy Frozen Soul has push-ups in the mosh pit? Possibly Devourment Divine Fetus. We're about to find out, but yeah, that would be my educated guess. Texas stomping bands, Devourment, Dying Fetus. I could see that happening for Suffocation as well. You know what? I got to say, too, as far as the yo, 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 and I've always known this, kind of just never put, well, I'm going to say I've always known this, but known it for quite some time now. I think the guy that started that in the death metal scene, and it kind of works for them, and in interviews and shit, I've never met the guy, he doesn't come off as a fucking knob, is Frank Mullen from Suffocation. That kind of like that Brooklyn fucking, yo, what's going on, guys? Get your fucking beers. That type of lingo shit, because he definitely does it for Suffocation. I've seen Suffocation with Frank, I think twice with Frank and then twice without Frank. And as far as I'm concerned, no Frank equals no go these days. Just hang it the fuck up if there's no Frank. That's the way I see it, is because that gets some of them. I always love Frank's voice. I think his voice is fucking awesome. But as far as talking in between songs, you guys ever notice that? Is there anybody in the death metal scene that was earlier than Frank Mullen that was pulling that crap? He's definitely the one that started it. And I give him kind of a pass because with him, he kind of would say funny shit at times, and it kind of like fit the fact that they're from New York and just they kind of created that stompy fucking brutal death. So I give him kind of a fucking pass. I mean, listening to him in later days and like later shows, if you hear him on YouTube, it gets a little excessive for my taste. But I think he's the guy that fucking created it, for better or worse, love it or hate it. So if I'm wrong, put it in the who else did, because I'm pretty sure it's fucking his ass. So we have him all to blame. Anyways, first goddamn questions. Bottom from, I see a bunch of question marks. It's kind of a longie, but whatever. I see several different parts of question marks. Charlie B, J-Dog, maybe you should get educated about metal and about the internet. I'm pretty fucking well educated in metal, bro. I don't know no goddamn metal. I know what's fucking heavier than Pantera and the internet. Fuck the internet. What do you mean more? As long as I can do what I got to do, that's mandatory. I don't want to be more educated. I can't stand that motherfucking thing. Based on your aloof questions about the scene, when you see reply counts of 5 and only see 2, it's because YouTube censors a ton of stuff from the public. I mean, yeah, I don't really need to be educated to know that. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me the least bit. Also, push-ups in the pit, it gets worse. Almost every new band that you say is background. Well, I don't say that about every new band. What the fuck? It's just Miasmatic Crosses, fucking new band. Banger's a motherfucker. Pharmacist, new band. Banger's a motherfucker. Spider, new band. Banger's a motherfucker. Morgal, newer band. Banger's a motherfucker. What are you talking about? I like all kinds of newer bands. It's just there's such an array of them that, well, yeah, of course you got to be kind of more selective. You know what I mean? What am I going to do? Like every goddamn band? Where the fuck did I leave off? God damn it. Almost every band that you say is background and call them okay are all homeboy bands or gamer anime wimps. Are they? So the bands that I just so happen to say are okay, they're homeboy bands and gamer anime wimps. How about the dog try a little research for once and look up these new bands and see what look like on Google? Well, I mean, for some of them that I brought up, like Frozen Soul, I saw them personally, and I gave you my review on what they look like, and they're horrifically bad lingo in between goddamn songs. And as far as other bands, if I just consider them mediocre and I care, why would I research them, man? If I don't research shit I don't care about, I research shit that I like. Like for example, when I heard the Miasmatic Necrosis, I thought it was so fucking great. I Metal Archives. I'm like, do they have a demo? When did this come out? What guys are in the band? Because it didn't have any photos or anything in there, so I did a little bit of research on them to kind of see where they're from, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to do that in bands I don't give a shit about. Why the fuck would I waste my time on that? They wear pink shorts, slip-on shoes, and the members either weigh 80 pounds or they weigh 300 pounds. That doesn't surprise me. Just say that. But to completely honest with you, there's good bands that are in that category too. You got one reply. What the fuck did they say? Little Lobster. What kind of user ID is that, brah? Why lie? Laugh out loud. What the fuck, man? Why would you reply and say something that's nothing even, there's zero relevance? So anyways, yeah, Chadley, I don't really know if I have much of a question in there. Nonetheless, that was kind of fucking funny. The most amount of laughy faces I ever saw in my life from Rocky's musical rarities. He says at 1336. So I'm curious what the fuck I said there. Rocky's musical rarities. Got a second fucking reply with question marks. Yo, did Black Anvil open for the rest of Cannibal Tour? They did for Cleveland, but I wouldn't say purposely, but at the same time, kind of purposely, arrived right when they finished because I didn't care to see them. But I thought it was somebody from a reliable source. Forget who. They said they were actually pretty goddamn good. So, but nonetheless, I I wouldn't say I intentionally missed them. We went out to dinner first, and I literally got there like I think 5 minutes after they ended, so I didn't even get to see them. But I know they played. Who else thought they were funny but only okay? Question mark. So Rocky's saying they're only okay. They were super hype and total New Yorkers. Oh yeah, they got the Frank Mullen lingo going on. That's when you know they're motherfucking New Yorkers. Nundo7781. Definitely never seen you, bro. Shout out to you. Question, J Dog. Bunch of question marks. Thoughts on Disaster or Voivod? Come on, brah. I mean, granted, I don't recognize the fucking user ID, so maybe you are new to the channel, so I'll answer real quickly. Disaster, as far as I'm concerned, if they're one of the bands in the categories, if you haven't heard them, you claim you're into metal, get fucking lost, brah. No, you the fuck ain't. You at least got to know who they are. It's a household name. It's an underground household name, along with Sadistic Intent, Nunslaughter, Denial God, Deceased. Um, there's a few others I'd put in there too that are just underground but not as big as Cannibal Corpse, you know what I mean? But if you're in underground, it's kind of like so if you're into underground music, they're not too obscure and been around for a super long time. There's no fucking reason you should know who the fuck they are. Category. Again, don't have to like them because there's no band you have to like. I think that's poser shit. You're forcing yourself to like shit. Um, but you should definitely know who the fuck they are. If you don't, as far as I'm concerned, you're not in underground music. There's no way you could be like, I don't know who that is. In my mind, you're not in underground music. I'm not saying you don't listen to metal music because again, somebody if they're like, well, I like Overkill, Megadeth, fucking Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, and I like Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Morbid Angel. It's like, yeah, you do like metal music, but goddamn, fuck, you didn't dig deep at all. Voivod's a band that never did anything for me. I think especially the first two albums, War and Pain, and what's the second one? Raw, or is it Killing on Technology? So the first three or whatever. I think it's very, very original music. It just never did anything for me. But I think they're Godfathers what they did. Very respectable, influential as fuck. Deceased cover, fucking Voivod on the 13 Frightened Souls album. Thought that was fantastic though. Killer bands, particularly Voivod's Killing Technology. Don't think I've ever heard you mention either band. Sure did, brah. Go back and listen to past videos because I definitely have. Green Ghoul, 1985. What's with all the weed hate? I don't like it just because it fucking smells like shit, and fucking most people that smoke it get lazy as fuck and have no motivation. Don't care if people don't like it though. I mean, if people like it, I don't give a flying fuck either way. But why the hate? Just because I don't like it, so I like the fucking ruffle goddamn feathers. You guys kind of know that. I kind of like purposely throw shit on there so that we get you guys fucking talking. At the end of the day, if you smoke weed, do I give a fuck? Fuck no. Every human being I know smokes goddamn weed. I'm the only one that fucking doesn't. Is this a straight edge channel, bro? It's a fucking I don't like weed channel, bro. I wouldn't go as far as calling myself a straight edge though by any fucking stretch. Keep it sober, bro. And now let's go back to acting blatantly homoerotic at hardcore shows with a bunch of sweaty dudes climbing on each other half naked. I'm just saying, just because you smoke weed doesn't mean you're a soulfly hippie. No fucking shit, man. Everybody in the death metal scene smokes weed. Glenn Benton smokes tons of weed, still not a hippie. When the fuck did I ever say that? I just said I don't like it. And one of these guys sounds like one of these guys, if you don't like something they like, or you disagree on a topic with it, which is the biggest fucking problem today, exactly with all politics like that, all this division, separation, which is exactly what they want. They think because you disagree on something like, I don't like the person or we can't be friends. It's like, dude, we disagree on tons of shit. I don't care. It's just a topic. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. Like, he's on this side and I'm on this side, so I hate him. That's exactly what the fuck they want. If you ever noticed in the last 4 to 5 years, that's what the agenda they're pushing. And all you dumb fucks that are jumping on that thing, like, yeah, I'm on this side. I'm voting for him, and that guy's the bad guy. That's the problem. That's the motherfucking problem. You have to agree on fucking just good ideas and agree to disagree, but this back and forth shit, hating on each other for literally no reasons. We all got along with and just agree that we have different opinions. We'll be a much fucking better place. Because I mean, I don't just not get along with somebody because I disagree with them on a topic. Guy likes weed, guy likes weed. I don't give a shit. The same you asked me or somebody did. I don't like it. That's all. That was one of the most useless drugs out there, other than for enhancing sleep. Outside that, useless as fuck. Rocky's musical rarities. J-Dog. Supposedly the gurgling gore guys aren't able to convince regurgitate to repress effortless regurgitation. Do you know why? And maybe you could get her done. My guess, I don't know why. I have no idea why, but I'll throw out an educated guess. one of those geezer guys in the bands, or all the geezers, they either A, don't get along, one or two guys don't get along, or oh man, that's the stuff when we were kids. We like that stuff when we're kids. Why don't they want to put out our new album or my new band? Something along those lines. For example, I know they fit in this category, although it did come out, which is probably my favorite thing by them, although I like pretty much everything, is the band Hyrax. I know from what I've heard, the grapevine, it's not me talking shit, what I was heard. So if I'm wrong, then I'm fucking wrong. So don't anybody come over here crying and fucking bitching. But Keaton from Hyrax never wanted the demo, the first of that 84 demo, which is a fucking banger. I initially had that demo on a 7-inch. I don't know if it's a bootleg or official. I think it's a bootleg, but I think somebody said no, it's actually official. And then I believe it was Fuck Off and Die that did a 12-inch a few years ago. They came in through. I have both. He was always embarrassed by it, didn't want to come out, thought it kind of sucked. And I'm like, you put it out, you're like, this demo is fantastic. What are you fucking talking about? But I know it was just like, well, why don't they, at the time, how about let's put out my 2016 album? I'm not interested in the 2016 album, man. I'm interested in doing the fucking demo. I'm not saying me per se, but whoever's doing it. I was like, yeah, I understand that. I mean, they wanted to make that available. Okay, maybe do the 2016 album afterwards. But it's like, this was your classic shit. It's fucking fantastic. It needs to be put out there in the world. So there's a lot of people that fall in that goddamn category, but I specifically remember that Caton from Hyrax won because I thought it was so outlandish. Now, full disclosure, I don't know if that's 100% true, just what I heard. I met Caton a couple times, thought he was quite possibly one of the fucking nicest guys I've ever met. I mean, very, very friendly guy. But why he wouldn't like that demo? It's just like supreme. It's not even like quite thrash yet. It's like supreme fucking great, awesome heavy metal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he'd be embarrassed by, what he didn't like. I was like, this fucking demo was great. I don't know. Again, these bands are their own worst goddamn critics. That's the fucking problem. Poser Metal Records. Are there really people who rip on Cradle but not Tiamat? I find that hard to believe. I mean, full disclosure, I've never heard that in the exact same sentence. Somebody fucking, ripping on Cradle, then saying Tiamat's done no wrong. But that's what's portrayed in the underground. Shit as silly as fucking that with some of the selections that they make. Because, for example, I know for 100% fact, right, they didn't go as bad as Tiamat, but definitely a massive, drastic change, whether you like it or not, is bands like The Herald and Sam L. I know fans of that shit, and they do support later ones, and they would be the clientele that rip on someone like Cradle Folk. They would go on and rip on Cannibal Corpse. And you're like, what? Two bands you're hailing, though, okay, you're allowed to like those later ones that are drastically different, but, like, they turned their back on what they originally set out to way more. So, like, what the fuck are you talking about? So those specifically, yeah, Tiamat's, no, but I'm just saying, I know goddamn well they're out there. They're the Sam L. Beharic guys. You know goddamn well they're there. Because the Sam L. Beharic guys, like, I've actually met them, for sure. So, they exist, trust me. Guarantee motherfucking do. AG Parabellum. Y'all reckon there's a band that every metalhead agrees upon, question mark? I mean, you're gonna be hard pressed to find somebody that doesn't like Merciful Fate, Black Sabbath, early Slayer, early Metallica, Venom. Actually, maybe not even Venom. Isn't there kind of like almost like a trend with some of the kids that they think Venom like completely sucks? So maybe not Venom, but 15 years ago I would have said Venom for sure. So that's kind of a little weird, but I would have said them. But really those bands, I would say that I said that. I mean, I think you ask almost anyone that's into real metal that they would agree upon those. For me, the closet thing to being that band would be Sodom. I have never seen a Sodom hater out in the wild. Although I have a mate who says he met some. Um, would I say there's anybody in the underground metal scene that hates Sodom? I mean, I'm sure there's somebody. However, when you say Sodom as a whole, I mean, I've met tons of people that they're not going to like majority of the catalog by Sodom. They like only the early albums. Quite frankly, I kind of fall in that category. However, I have heard some '90s ones and shit. Actually, when I listen to them, I'm like, oh, all these are actually pretty good. So that's just full disclosure. I don't really know them, but I fall in the category of what I do like is the old stuff. So if you're going by just yes, fans, they like something from the catalog. yeah, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody that doesn't. And if you bump into some, you go just take a poll at any show you go to, you go and ask around, and somebody hasn't heard of them. Well, then it's just, what the fuck are you doing here? For sure, for sure. So I hope you just got in the medal last week, brah. Because we need to know how the fuck you not know who Sodom is. That's just ridiculous. So yeah, you'd have a hard time fucking finding somebody, but sure, there's somebody out there, and but I mean, I think you'd have the same thing with like I said, Slayer. At least again, something from them because like myself, I only like Rain and Blood down, so I do like some stuff. Some people like a little bit past that. Some people like much past that. Some people like everything. So for to find somebody that likes nothing whatsoever by Slayer, you'd probably have even a harder time on that than you would Sodom, because if you're to go take polls at an underground metal show, let's just say, Mortician was playing, so there'll be a decent sized crowd, right? Let's say there's 200 some people there. You went and did a poll and you asked every single person that's in there, do you like Sodom? And just because you know a lot of people are going to agree and shit, ask them to name you. Okay, what's your favorite release by them? They have to tell you something, because you're gonna find that one poser that says, yeah, I like Sodom, and then he can't even name you a fucking record. Well, then you're just agreeing because you heard the name and you know you're supposed to say yes, but you never fucking heard them. You don't know it, so you can't even name a record. So chuck them out. They don't like Sodom. They're just saying they are. Do that. You do that with Slayer. I guarantee you, Slayer would have more yeses, as far as yeses that were actual true yeses. They were able to name something too, because they didn't get the chucked out fucking vote of not knowing it. So I mean, Slayer would have Sodom beat. I think there's other band. Motorhead's probably in that category too. Like I said, probably early Metallica, Black Sabbath. I mean, how many motherfuckers don't like anything by Black Sabbath? You go to an underground show and take a poll. Now you'd probably get the 15-year-olds at a mortician show that you'd find that didn't. But so I guess you would get some there. But is their opinion even at that point relevant? 5 years from now, they're probably not going to be listening to this shit. At least 99% of them will be. Guaranteed motherfucking tea. Guaranteed motherfucking tea. No doubt about it. So, anyways, that's it for this one. Comments, questions, concerns, you know what the fuck to do. Put in the comments box, get an answer right in the morning. Later, goddammit.